राजमणिः सदा विजयते रामं रमेशं भजे रामेणाभिहता निशाचरचमू रामाय तस्मै नमः रामान्नास्ति परायणं परतरं रामस्य दासोऽस्म्यहम् रामे चित्तलयः भवतु मे भो राम मामुद्धर राम रामेति रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने महर्षिसूत्राणि अय्यण् ऋलृक् अयोङ् अयौच् अयवरट् लण् ञमङ णं झबञ् घडदश् जबगडदश् खफ छ छ थ छ च तव कपै शशसर् हल् इति महर्षिसूत्राणि. So continuing with the homework, I think last time we did that. Let's see, today is the one thing which Indu mentioned last time, which I should have after the class. So that is the Sutram 7239. Let me just put today's date before we get started. Okay, today is August the 4th. Okay, let me start that. Okay. There was 7239, which I should have mentioned last time. Which was that the right after the Vrutova, the sutram, it says na lingi. So let's go there for a second, because when you last time we derived those forms, some of those forms which we were doing, when we had this sutram Vrutova, I think we Dhatu Puru we were using last time. Dhatu Puru we had some forms. And the Vrutova says, idagamasya vikalpena dirgho bhavati. If you have a dhatu ending in long ru, or the dhatu vru, then we get that. But the next sutram, so I'm looking at 7238 was Vrutova. Anuvritti of this dirgha is coming from 7237. So graholiti dirgha, Vrutova, but no lingi. That no lingi 7239, which Indu pointed out after the class, she pointed out, so that's an important sutram. Otherwise, if you're going to some of these forms we had last time, we had, I think, the dhatu puru, which was there, which we were doing. And we didn't do any dirgha of the idagama here. We had parishiran and all that. It doesn't become parishiran because of this nalingi. Even the dhatu ending in long ru, idagama didn't take a dirgha adesha because of nalingi. So 7239, maybe I'll put it here, 7239. Let's see, 7239. I'm sorry. 7239 stops the dirgha adesha. All right, let me start my. I didn't start my Baraha program. Okay. All right. Let me do. Stops the dirgha adesha. Adesha. Lingi. So that's important for us. All right. So now that we have that, we can go with today's homework. Okay. So now let's see. Today we have Raver Anshubhis Tamasi Nashishyati Akhilam Visham Anande Vepate. Okay, so on number 8, we are on number 8. This is page number 97. So Ravehe Anshubhi Tamasi Nashishyati Akhilam Vishwam Anande Vepate. Simple sentences. The Tingantam Padam is Vepate, Dhatu Vep. Vape is to tremble, is to shake, or to, I guess in this case, this is in a happy sense over here. Anande vepate. Now the subject of that is Vishwam. Vishwam is Prathama Ekavachanam. Anande is, of course, Saptami Ekavachanam. So the Mukhya Vakyam is Vishwam Anande Vepate. And Akhilam is qualifying the Vishwam. So the entire world kind of shakes in happiness. Akhilam Vishwam Anande Vepate. Akhilam Vishwam would decline Prathama Ekavachanam like Vanam. Now, Ravehe Anshubhi, that's the Ravehe Shashti Ekavachanam of Ravi Pratipadikam. Ravehe. First sutram there, anybody? Ravi become Ravehe. Simple sutram. Ravi becomes Ravehe. Shashti Ekavachanam, just some practice for us. Subhanta Prakriyaha Abhyasaha. Let's see who has. Satya there? Satya? Ravehe Shashti Ekavachanam. Who has? Indu must know this one. Indu, you want to try this one? Ravehe. Indu, are you there?
Nasina Swascha?
But before that we have Ravi plus Nyas, right? So we start from there.
Right, Ravi plus Nyas.
And then what is the first step that we can do? So Ravi plus Nyas, when you have Ravi plus Nyas. We need to get the Guna Adesh, right, first?
Right.
So what is Sutram for that? So we need to get first the Rave plus Nyas. That's all the first step. So the Guna Adeshaha Apekshate Ishtaha Asmabhi Tadvidhaya Sutram Uchchatam. So we need to get Rave plus Nyas. Okay, Satya, there? Okay, he's not there, I think. Okay. Ushaji has the answer. Okay. Yes, Ushaji. Ushaji? I think your mic is not working. Okay, Indu has answer again. Yes, Indu.
Will it be Rasvasya Gunaha?
Rasvasya Guna, what is Anuvritti for that? What number is that?
Oh no, that will be only Sambuddhi, right?
Sambuddhav. Rasvasya
Right,
Guna
that's only
Sambuddhav. This is
Gairniti.
Gairniti.
Gairniti, yes. Now,
Gair.
Ushaji, your mic is working now, yes. Gairniti, thank you. Gairniti Sutram. So just, practice these rules so we can get some practice. Gairniti. This Sutram, all these come in the 7.3 under Sutram Supicha. Under Supicha come these rules, which to the Angakaryam, Supi. So a lot of these rules are coming under Supicha, which is, I think, 73102. So below that you have Anuvritti Rasvasya Guna is coming from Rasvasya Gunaha. Then Jasicha, Rutoni Sarvanamasthanayoho, Ghairniti. A lot of the sutras at the end of 7.3 are all important sutras which you have seen. So sutra is Ghairniti. And of course, Ghi is Shesho, Ghi is Sakhi. In 1.4 we had defined the Ghi Sanya. We have a Rasva, Ikaranta, Ukaranta Pratipadikam, which doesn't have the Nyadi Sanya. Then it gets the Ghi Sanya, Shesho, Ghi, Sakhi. And then Ghairniti, so we get the, and then Nyasina Soshcha. Once we get Ghairniti, so 73111, and after that Nyasina Soshcha, Pura Parayoho Ekadeshaha will be the Pura Rupam. So that will be, of course, in 6.1, around 110 or so, Nyasina Soshcha. So we practice the sutras, even though we know them, that will give us, the Ashtadhyayi Kaushalyam, as they say, we get more and more familiar with the Ashtadhyayi, Nyasina Soshcha, 61110. Okay. So 73111 will give us the Guna Adesha, 73111. And after that, Pura Parayoho Eka, of course, before that, Lashak Patadite, the Nyakaras Itsanya Tasya Lopaha. So we get Ravehe form, just some practice. Ravehe by 63110, Nyasina Soshcha. So that was correct, Nyasina Soshcha. Alright, so going back to the example, we had Ravehe Anshubhehi. Every bhi ending has to be Tritiya Bahuvachanam. There is no other really Subanta form, unless of course you have the Prajapatikam ending in bhi. But barring that, you see a bhis ending, going to be a tritiya bahuvachanam. So kiranihi, by the rays of the sun. So shashti means you have to make the sambandha. So ravehe anshubhehe. Now tamasi nashishyati. Tamasi nashishyati. Now this is the what is called as the shatru pratyaya, but it is being used. It is, the sati saptami is going on over here. Is tamasi nashishyati. So tamasi is saptami ekvachan of tamas, and nashishyati is actually qualifying that. Nashishyati. Nashishyati is not a tinganta padam, it's a subantam padam. Nashishyati. This is the confusing part. Because you might think there is a tip ending, and it's going to be because if you look at it that way, who is the karta of that then? If you take nashishyati as tingantam padam, then you are requiring a prathama purusha karta. The karta only can be vishwam, and you already have a tinganta padam in vepate. So vepate already is the verb connected with the vishwam in prathama. So vishwam vepate. So nashishyati, if you take it as a tingantam padam, then that will require a karta in the prathama, which we don't have over here. And of course, the hint here was tamasi is a saptami ekavachanam, which is sitting here. That will give you a hint that you may have a sati saptami, nashishyati. So as the darkness was about to be destroyed, as the darkness was about to perish, I should say, due to the rays of the sun, the entire world was shaking in happiness. Yes, Nagaraj has a question. Yes, Nagaraj?
Satish ji, glad to be back for the class.
Thank you.
I was not seeing the screen, so I clicked the hand there. So I got
Can you see it now?
Yeah, I got it now.
Okay, good. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Asmakamopi anandaha jayate.
Thank you.
Bhavataha punaragamanena. Good. Okay, so now nashishyati. Dhatu is nash. Let us derive this form nashishyati. Nashishyati saptami ekvachanam. Pratipadikam is nashishyat. Nashishyat, shatru pratyaya. So let's derive the pratipadikam first. So dhatu is clearly nash. Nash is an interesting dhatu. Nash means to perish oneself, not to destroy somebody else, but to perish. And so nashyati, if you have to make it a causative, means you destroy somebody else. But nashyati means it perishes itself. Okay. So tamasi nashishyati means when the darkness was about to be destroyed, was about to perish. Okay. So nashishyat. Let's take the form nash. First thing we have to check here is so we can start with dhatu nash plus the pratyaya is the vrit pratyaya. Vrit pratyaya. And then we have to get the shatru adesha. So the two sutras there is the tau sat. So Panini defined the sat sanya. Sat sanya is the shatru and shanach get the sat sanya. By the right under the sutram, let us shatru shanacha prathama samana adhikarane. That I think is 3 to 124, which of course we get the present participle. Below that, I think 3 to 127 is tau sat. Means Shatru and Shanish get the Sat Sanya. If you want, we can go to the Ashtadhyayi and see the vritti for that, Tau Sat. Always get in the habit of reading the vrittis. They give you all the gist of the sutram, what is there. The vrittis are written very carefully. A lot of thought goes into writing the vrittis. And of course, the language is very pure. So Tau Sat, 3 to 127, Tau Sat. It's a Sanya Sutram. Reason why it is in this third chapter, because anuvritti is available of Shatru Shanach. So vritti is Tau Shatru Shanachau Sat Sanyau Bhavataha. Very simple vritti. So simple vrittis, just try to understand them, and you can, if you want, you can at least repeat them, if not memorize them. So sutras and the vrittis are both to be repeated over and over again. Abhyasa kartavyaha. Tena buddhistham bhavati. It stays in your mind, Okay, so Tau Shatru Shanachau. Tau means what? Tau equals Shatru Shanachau. Sat Sanyau Bhavataha. It is that which has a Sat Sanya. Okay, now, and then once we get the Sat Sanya, then Litas Sadva. We did this last in the class. We also in the last class we had this example of a future participle, but good to repeat again is Litas Sadva. As I mentioned to you, the Panini runs these three adhikaras in the chronological order, which is Bhute, starting from 3-84 starts Bhute. Tat paschat Vartamani Lat iti arabhya Vartamani adhikara pravartate. Vartamani Lat, from there starts the Vartamani adhikara. And then from 333 starts the Bhavishyati adhikara, which is Bhavishyati Gamyadayaha. That's a short adhikara, Bhavishyati, which goes only up to 3, I think 14, 15, up to 15. And 3.3.14 is Litas Sadva. Litas Sadva. So Lit directly takes the Sadda Adesha. Sad means the Shatra Shanach. And then between Shatra and Shanach we get Laf Parasmapadam, Tangana Vatmane Padam. Tangana Vatmane Padam. So we have to see what is the Dhatu, is it Parasmapadi or Atmanepadi Dhatu, that we have to see. So let's go to the Dhatu part. Of course, right now we have the form already in front of us, Nashishyati. So Nashishyat, so Shatrapati already is here, so it is Parasmapadi Dhatu, we can see Parasmapadi Dhatu. So that's one form. So 3.2.127 along with 3.3.14, these two will now give us the Adesha of Shatra in place of Lut. So let's put that step over here. So now we get, in the meanwhile, we'll also get the Shatasi Lurlatoho. Shatasi Lurlatoho. So let's put that one also, because that's Nitya Karyam. There's nothing to stop that. Tasya Pratikara Nasti. Pratikara Na Vidyate. You cannot stop that. So we get Sya in between here. That's of course 3.1.33. So Bahuvaram Prayuktam Asmabhi. We use it many times. And then we get the Shatra. Okay. That's what we got. Now, the question is that Idagama Bhavashyati Vanava. We're going to get the Idagama. So let me put the numbers here. 3.1.33. Shatasi Lurtoho. And then Tausat. And then also the Litas Sadva. Okay. Now the Idagama. That's because, of course, Idagama Pratyaksha Drishyate. Pratyaksham Drishyate Idagama. You can see it here. But is this a said dhatu or anit dhatu? Let us find out. The dhatu nash. Dhatu nash is talavya shanteshu krisha dansha disha drisha mrisha. So nash is not in that list. So nash should be a said dhatu. By this, the karikas in 7 to 10 are telling us nash is a said dhatu. Right. But then you have a form like nashtaha. Vinangshasi. Nashoshasi Vinangshasi. So Bhagavad Gita, let's inaugurate Gita. Always connect to Gita. You try out the form which you know in the language. I think the word Nashtaha is very common form. And also the form Vinangshasi is in Gita. Now that raises the question. See, one thing, this whole Idagama section is in 7.2. And then there is a sutram which is pivotal over there. The pivotal sutram is, of course, 7.2.35. Which is Ardhadhatuka Shed Valadehe, 7.2.35. Now, before that, there are a lot of Nisheda Sutrani. And that paschat, we all have the Vidhi Sutrani. Now, among the Nishedhas, let's go there for a second. We've been here a few times, but wouldn't hurt to revise again. Is the moment you think of Idagamaha, always think of 7.2. And within that, immediately go to 7.2.35. And you anchor yourself there at 7.2.35. Adhadhatuka Shed Valadehe. That should be your home base for Idagama analysis. 7.2.35. And then look left, look before, look down also. Before all the Nishedas are there. And the Id Prakaranam starts actually from the Ned Vashikriti. That starts from 7 to 8. So no Id Vashikriti. No is. And the reason I'm bringing this up again is that from 7 to 14 to 34, the 21 rules for Nishedha only for Nishtayam. From Shvidito Nishtayam, up to 7 to 34, there are 21 rules. only for in nishedha nishtaya. So the reason I'm saying this is that because nashtaha is a common form, but you cannot jump to the conclusion that the dhatu nash has to be anit dhatu, because nishta has many rules, particularly for ajanta dhatus, which make the, in nishedha nishtaya. So that's a good thing to check, because those are common forms to check. Nishtha forms a very common form that we know in the language. We have a little bit careful to jump to conclusions because there is 21 rules for the in nishedha. But now the vinangshasi form in Gita, which we know, nashoshasi vinangshasi, yadahankaram, 18th chapter, towards the end of Gita. Yadahankaramashritya nayotsiti manyase mitheshavavrasayaste prakritisthanyokshati sabhavajena kauntaya nibaddhasvena karmanam kartunnechasi yanmohat karishyasya vashopitat ishwarasara bhutanam. Okay, we should be around number 60-ish. Let me see, around number 60 is, let's see, here it is, 58, okay, 50, vinangshasi. You also have a num agama here, but this dhatu nash is here, and there's no idagama over here, and the same pratyaya rit is here. So now that raises the question, and we have the same form of rit right now in our, is nashi. Of course, we have rit became the shatru adesha, it doesn't matter. Still, this here pratyaya is here, there's an idagama over here. In Bhagavad Gita, there is no ida, same dhatu, but no idagama. So now we have to start and think, But the best places to go for all of this lat prakriya is the dhatu vritti. Well, you can also go to the Bhaimi Vyakhya also, but dhatu vritti, in the very first few lines in dhatu vritti of Sayanacharya, he gives all the prakriya for the nice rules. It's a fantastic book. Avashyam adaraniyam pustakam midam. It is very nice. It should be respected all the time. Also, one thing to remind you is that a lot of these dhatu, which are actually nakaradi prayoge, they are nakaradi dhatu patha. In dhatu patha, they are nakaradi. So the na can go back to na. So you will not find the dhatu na as a nakaradi dhatu in the dhatu patha. You find the nakaradi dhatu nash. Nash adarshane divadi dhatu. It's on page 547. These page numbers are from the book published by Ramlal Kapoor Trust, which is a very nice book, very few typos, almost no typos. And then he gives a Sutram 7160 for the Num Agama in Gita. We don't need it right now. In fact, let's see why that Agama didn't apply to us right now. Because it says the Jali, the Sutram 7160 says Jali. Maschi Nashor Jali Num Agamaha. Now, right now we don't have Jali because we had the Idagama. We have the Idagama has become Ishya. So, Pratyaha Jaladir Nasti. Tasmat Karanat. Maschi Nashor Jali iti Sutram na pravartate. Doesn't apply to us right now. Let's go there for a second. Maschi Nashor Jali. 7160. Little bit of sidetracking. Kinchit Prasangikam. Sidetracking, but anyway, we had the form in Gita. Masjid, because the Numagama section starts from 7158. Idito num dhatoho she mushadinam masjid nashor jali. So the dhatu masj and nash, it take the idagama. If it was jalaji pratyaya is there, we can also look at the vritti if you want. Look at 7160. Let's look at the vritti for 7160. Masjid nashor jali. And of course, Sutram itself says Jali. So that's the reason why there is Idagama in the Gita form and no Idagama in the homework which you're doing right now, because it is Jaladi Pratyaha Apekshate. It expects the Pratyaya to be Jaladi. So Maschi Nashi iti etayoho angayoho Jalado Pratyaye num agamo bhavati. Namshta. Okay. Now, okay, then how come we got Idagama over in the homework? No Idagama in the Gita. What do you think, Karthik? What sutram?
Radhadibhyascha.
Very good. Radhadibhyascha. Very good. Radhadibhyascha. Important sutram for these are few weight dhatus. So vikalpena idagamaha. And here this va, so this sutram has a va, vikalpaha. Swarati, Suti, Suyati, Dhuniyudito va. And next sutram is which Kartik said, Radadibhyascha. So remember this Radadibhyascha. Radadibhyascha is, Radadi is in the Divadi Gane. Divadi Gane yad Radadi. Radadaya drishyante. And this is what Saranacharya says. Just before Radha, he says, Ataha param vibhasha itaha paraswamipadinaha radhadin aha. Radhadin ashta aha. So ashta dhatavaha radhadayaha. So vikalpena it bhavati. And by the way, just as a side note, that form nashta which we saw in the nishtha form, pratyaya, because of the vibhasha, yasya vibhasha, by 7 to 14, if a dhatu takes a vibhasha somewhere, then 7 to 15, then nisthayam idagama bhavati. So because we saw a vibhasha in the radhadibhyascha, then by 7 to 15, no idagamaha in the nishtha form. That's something you don't take the nishtha form and jump immediately to conclusion this is anit dhatu and so on. Okay. So
Satishji, just a question. Like in the nashta form, why don't we have the numagama, even though it is jaladi?
What's the answer to that? What could be? In nashta, why not the numagamaha, even though the pratyaya is jaladi, nashta? Anybody in the class who can answer that? Anybody in the form? Anybody in the class? I'm sorry, not in the form. Can give us the nashtaha. Just so yeah, in fact, your question has been answered in Dhatu Vritti, Kartik. I'll read it out to you. Anybody in the class can give me an answer before that. Kartik is a good question. We just made the observation that it is a num agamaha, the dhatu nash, when we have the in fact, Kartik, you know the sutram. If you can think about it for a second, you know the sutram for that. It was in one of your emails recently also. Okay, Kartik point is making mashti nasho jali. And if you take the form nashta, you take nash plus pratyakta, and this is a weight dhatu. So because radhadibhyascha, and then yasya vibhasha iti nishtayam in nishedha. So we get nash with the pratyaya ta. In vrashcha iti, you get the, I'm going a little bit fast because this is not the homework right now, so I'm not putting the document. If you want, we'll put in the document also very quickly. So in the, this is not the homework right now, but it's a good question. So let me put in the document over here. When we do the nishtayam, when we do nishtha rupam, we do the nishtha rupam, we will, nishtha rupam when we have, nishthantam rupam I should say, then when we take the dhatu nash, because of okay, pratyakta, lashakvatadhite, and then because of the what is 7 to 45 radhadibhyascha, Kartik? 7 to 45 was it? Radhadibhyascha in nishedha, so no idagamaha. So in
45, it's 45.
45, right? Okay.
45.
So in nishedha. And then as Kartik said, we get the num agamaha by that 7-1, I think it was 7-160ish, I think it was 7-160, yeah. 7-160. Anybody in the class? A lot of you know this sutram. Indu, you know this sutram. Ushaji knows it. Anuji knows it. Induji, anything? You know this
I don't
sutram.
remember it.
You know it. Okay, let me pull it up here. Kartik also knows this sutram. But okay, let's put the numagama, then I think maybe you'll know after that. So numagama, of course, as always, vidachon paraha, you get the numagama here, and then you get the talavishakaraha, and then I'll make it even more clear for you. I'll make it like that now. Now can you tell me what sutram that all of you know? Bhavantaha sarve jananti. Okay, I'll read out from the dhatu. Anuji, anybody know this sutram? All of you know this sutram. Anuji?
No, Satiji, I can't think of it right now.
Okay, I'll give you, now you will all know, when I give an example, you will all know it. You'll say, we knew it. So, okay, how about the dhatu bandh? When you get the form baddha, what is it?
Aniditam halopadhaya.
Sarvaihi,
Yes.
you got to put some sarvaihi. You all say it one all at once. The same thing here. You got the numagamaha, and then now because this pratyaya is a kit pratyaya, so aniditam halopadhaya kiniti. So this is what Saranacharya says, but I'm on page 548. So Yasya Vibhasha iti anitve maschina shor iti num agamaha anuditam iti na lopaha nakar lopaha. So okay, so good. So you all got it. So let me put the numbers here. Let me put the 7160 and then following that is the 6424. Anuditam halopadaya kiniti. And then the Sandhi Karyam, we'll do that also. We'll finish it off. So, okay, let's put the Na, Sha, and then Ta, then we go. So this is the important one, say 6424. And then after that, when we go to the, you get Vrashchaiti, Shaha, Nishtu, Nashtuhu. So that we'll put that, finish this form. Okay, so this was 8236, Vrashchaityadi, Talavya. Rajaschasham. So the Murdanya Shakara Desha Tat Paschat Chunashtu. Okay. So now but Suradadibhyascha Sutram, while we are not getting this, let's go back to our example. We were at this stage right now. We were at Nash, Sya plus Shatra. And so let's take these. So this is the Anit Pakshe. Anit Pakshe is the form that we are seeing right now. So let's continue from here and finish our homework form. So we got Nash. And then we got the idagamaha because of the radhadibhyascha vikalpena idagamaha. So isya, and then anubandha lope at tashakvatadite upadesha ajunanasika it. So that is the, let me just put the sutram 7245. You're doing the id pakshe. And then of course you get the is the Pararupam Ekadesha, Atogune, Apadantadakara, when you have that, so we get, and then of course when we go to the Tripadi Karyam, you're going to get the Murdhanya Adesha by Adesha Pratyayoho. So let's put the final form, Na Shishyat. So Atogune will be 6197, and of course Adesha Pratyayoho is 8359. So Nashishyat. So this future participle has a sense of about to, something about to happen. In Gita, Yotsyamana Anaveksheham, Yoeti Etra Samagataha, Yotsyamana. Those are, let me see the people who are about to fight, Arjuna says. So about to fight, Nashishyat. And it's Sati Saptami. So this is a tricky form. This could have been a future tense form, possibly. But you have to then look around in the because if you look at Saranacharya says there are two forms in the future, Nashishyati and Nankshati, because of the id vikalpaha. So this could have been a Pratham-purusha ekavachanam, Tingantam rupam, but it also is a saptami, just like the form Gachati. Gachati can be saptami ekavachanam of Gachat, or it could also be the Pratham-purusha ekavachanam, Tingantam rupam, Lat rupam. Could be that also. But the hint was the Tamasi being in Saptami right there, and Vishwam is the only Karta available really to you. And it already had Tingantam form Vepate. When you put all that together, you get this meaning. The meaning is that when the darkness was about to perish due to the rays of the sun, the entire world was shaking in happiness. Vepate. Shakes in happiness. So the entire world shakes in happiness as the darkness is about to perish due to the rays of the sun. Okay, let's take the next one, number 9. It says Bharam Maunse Krutva Akanda Vipado Mashankasva. There's a typo there. It should be a Talavya Shakaraha, not a Sakaraha. Mashankasva. Okay, I think there can also be maybe a space there. Okay, this Akanda, Akandam means that, Kandam is like a section, means like, one after the other in regular succession. Akandaha means, this is akasmat, for no reason, accidental, all of a sudden, which have no rhyme or reason, Akandaha. Kanda is a section, so like Akanda means like, in regular expected progression, is kanda. Akanda means, has no, if you want, let's see what, if we can use, I don't use this, we should use a dictionary more in the class, because a very nice dictionary, of course. Akanda, let's see what Apteji has to say for Akanda. Akanda, let's try Akanda. Akanda. Okay, Akanda, let me see. Akanda, accidental, unexpected. Nasti kandam avasaraha uchitakaalaha yasya. So, na asti kandam equals avasaraha equals uchitakaalaha yasya. That is, comes at an inappropriate time. Unexpected. I think that may be a good term, maybe unexpected, accidental. Here, this is already here. I'm sorry, it's already here. Unexpected. Sudden is a good. If any of you chant the Shiva Mahimna Stotram, very nice stotram, which has a lot of grammar, also has some commentaries on that also. This one, Akanda, comes in that Shiva Mahimna Stotram. If it's not in Gita. But he might have quoted it here. Let's see. No. Okay, it's not yet. Anyway. Okay, so Akanda, this is adjective. It is a Bahuvrihi compound. It's a Bahuvrihi compound. So let us go back to our example. Padacheda is Bharam, Dvitiya Ekavachanam of Ramavat, Aunse, also Saptami Ekavachanam, Aunse Krutva. This is this idiomatic expression. Aunse Krutva means having taken the responsibility, having taken the load on your shoulder, means having taken the responsibility. Akandaha Vipadaha. Now Vipad is Dakaranta Silinga Pratipadikam, Vipadaha iti Ditya Bahuvachana Rupam. Vipadaha, Akandaha, Vipadaha. And there are, that is the karma of the Shankasva, Mahashankasva. So do not doubt, do not suspect unexpected difficulties. Having taken the responsibility, having taken the load on your shoulders, do not expect, do not suspect, do not fear, I guess, do not suspect unexpected difficulties all of a sudden. Okay, so one more time, Bharam is Dvitiya Ekvachanam, it is the karma of Krutva. When you say Dvitiya Ekvachanam, always make the connection to a Tingantam Padam, Kudantam Padam, because it requires some Adhara. Cannot say, remember, I think we said this many times, but still repeats one more time. When you see Dvitiyantam Padam, always see there must be something there to support it. Something has to be to support it. So when you say Bharam, look around where it is. So Krutva. So make the connection there. Bharam Krutva. Amse Krutva. It is really Amse Krutva, like an idiomatic combination there. Amse Krutva. Amse is Saptami Ekvachanam. Krutva is now this is Swa Pratyaya we mentioned many times, is this Samanukartika Yoho Purvakale. Samanukartika Yoho Purvakale. So you should have a Samanakarta in the sentence. He must be doing two actions. The Purvavartini Kriya is the Dhatu Kru. Aunse Kru, rather we can take it like that. And then Uttaravartini Kriya is the Dhatu Shankasva. So what is the Padacheda Karti here? Between Ma Shankasva. What do you think? What's the choice?
Ma Shankasva.
Or could be Ma Ashankasva.
Ashankasva.
Maybe that's why there's no avakasha there. She might be meaning Ashankasva. Possible. I'm just guessing since you have not put a space over there. So I guess the same thing, more don't expect, Ashankasva. Actually, if let's go to Apte, let's see what it says for Ashankasva. Well, there's only one swa ending in all of Tingantas, which is the Savabhyam Vamo, which is the Titiya Ekvachanam Lot Rupam, Atmane Pade. So let's try Ashanka. Ashanka, like, you expect something, you suspect something. Ashanka. Let me see if I can find it. Ashanka. Oh, I'm sorry. Ashanka, no. Did I put a typo, Karthik? What do you think is going on here? Something, no? Ashanka. Let me try Shanka. Let me start from there. Shanka. And I get Shanka. Or maybe it's put it as a
Word starting with, I think it might give, instead of word matching exactly.
I put the wrong one. Okay, let me try Shanka. Shank. Words, entry words, words starting with, let me try that. Shanka. There it is. Shanka I found. Let me try Ashanka again. To doubt, hesitate, to be doubtful. Okay, that one we know. Let's try Ashanka again. Maybe I put the wrong options. So, okay, Ashanka. Atraiva Shanka jayate. Ashanka. Okay. Let's try Ashanka. Okay, entry words, words starting with. Okay, Vasu has a question. Yes, Vasu.
Satish ji.
What is the mistake I made here? Yes.
Satish ji.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not the mistake you made. The book has Ma Sanka instead of Shanka.
That's a typo.
That's a typo.
I'm
That's a
pretty
definite.
sure typo. There's no word. I think Shanka is only. This Apte has no entry for Ashanka. Okay, I thought it'll have one for Ashanka because maybe he doesn't have an entry for Ashanka at all. Let me see in my print edition if he has it. Because if you found Shanka, then Ashanka should also be there. Let me see. And it's a famous word, Ashanka, and all that is known. Ashanka is there. Now, why is not picking up in this one? Interesting. To suspect, distrust, to suspect or believe, to doubt, or to suspense, to fear, or to be afraid of. I think this is a good one, Ashanka. Is to fear, to be afraid of, to apprehend. I think it's a good one. I think Ashanka is good. Only thing is that I don't know why this online is not doing it for me. Ashanka. Okay. Ashanka. All right. I don't know. I don't know why this one is not doing it for me. But okay. Anyway, but it is there in the print edition. Maybe I put something wrong. Maybe on the options. So ma ashanka. Swara dhatu shanka is atmapadi dhatu. So shanka, and you take the lot lakara. This we can do, I think, verbally itself. So shanka, we do shanka plus lot. Thing is, it is vadi dhatu, vadi gane. So ashanka, yeah, it's first gana atmanipadi. So you get the shap pratyaya. So become shanka, shanka plus the pratyaya is thas. You get thasas se, and then ametaha. Iti amadesha praptaha. Parantu savabhyam vamau yapavadaha. Savabhyam vamau. So following the, if we have the, okay, let's go to 3.4. What I'm talking about is the lakara sambandhi adesha. Lakara sambandhi adesha pratamata thasas se. The moment you have in Atmanipadam, you should immediately apply these two rules, which are going to be the Chitta Atmanipadanam tere and thasas se. Do not do anything else. If you have tit lakara, lakara which stirs an it, if you're in the Atmanipadam pratyaya, then immediately apply one of these two. Chitta Atmanipadam, I mean, as the case may be. Chitta Atmanipadanam tere thasas se. Pratyaya thas becomes se. And then below you should have the ametaha, is the A becomes am, so like lavatam, etc. But then savabhyam vamo upavadaha, savabhyam vamo. So if the ekara following the sa and the va, so it becomes respectively yathasankham, it becomes va, the va with the akara sahita vakaraha, or it becomes am. So savabhyam vamo. So what we're using really is 3480 and 3491. 3491 we are using to get the form. 3480, 3491. We started with I'm sorry. We started with upasarga as puthak padam. You don't have to worry about that. Then we did shanka. Shanka plus we had the shap pratyaya. Again, I'm skipping some steps here because shap will not come until we bring in the pratyaya which is sarvadhatuke, because kartari shap sarvadhatuke. And we had the pratyaya thas, and then we took all that and we made thasas se savabhyam vamau. So that will give us shankas. That's the shap pratyaya still there. we get its swa. So number I think 3480. Thasasya savabhyam vamo. Thasasya savabhyam vamo. And all is lakara sambandhi adesha is all nitya karyani. Avashyam kartavyam. Vicharana na karya. Don't think about it. Don't worry about pripratisheda, all that. These are all, have to be, nothing can stop these. Savabhyam vamo. Okay. So now the only real problem here is that a sutram called mangi lung. Mangi lung. That's according to Panini, this when you use the pratyaya, when you use this mang, this particle called mang, nipata, then you see the lung lakara should be used, mangi lung. At the end of 3.3, Panini has this what is called lakarartha prakriya. Lakarartha prakriya, where he says which lakara is used in what senses, in what meanings. So this lakarartha prakriya is at the end of 3.3. And there the very last sutram, second last is mangi lung. But we don't have lung in this one. My example in Gita is 2.47, very prasiddha shlokaha karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala hetur bhuho ma bhuho. That one is fine. Lung rupam. Mate sangostva karmani ma astu. Now how come it's ma astu then? It's also Bhagavan Uvacha. We cannot even say Arjuna Uvacha. Hiti Upeksham, we cannot say that also. So now, because it mastu is lot rupam. So what do we do now? So let's look at the vritti of 33175. I think the bottom line is that, lung rupam klishtam vartate. There's a lot of difficulty in forming the lung forms. So it has become now practice to use the lot forms also instead of the lung form. But at least I think looks like as far as Panini is concerned, should be mangi lung. Of course, lung lakara we not studied yet. We see it on the end of this book. Last lesson of this book is lung lakara. But let's go to this vritti of 33175. The reason I am bringing it up right now is 33175. The second last sutram, mangi lung. And I think there Kashika gives a samadhanam, is that some people say that, let's see what Kashika says, 33175. Kashika says mangi upapade dhatoho lung pratyo bhavati. Sarva lakaranam upavadaha. Okay. Sarva lakaranam upavadaha. So this will override all lakaras. Ma karshit, ma harshit, ma bhut, etc. Ma shuchaha in Gita. Ma smagamaha in Gita also. Ma klebyam, ma smagam of Partha. Right? There also is there. Which says katham ma bhavatu. Tasya papam. Ma bhavishyati iti. How come then we have this form like mate sangosta karmani? How we have that? It says asadhur eva ayam. These are not correct forms. But it's in there in the Gita also, it is difficult to say it's not correct also. So but then kechidahu. Some people say, no, wait a minute, we have some way to around this. Ang id agnit aparo ma shabdo vidyate. Agnit does not have no as an it. Aparaha ma shabdo vidyate. It's another ma is there, which does not have no as an it. So the aparaha. Tasyayam prayogaha. So that's how we are justified. Anyway, I think the real reason is that lung forms are hard to compose, and read. So it's very easy to use the load forms. They have become popular now. So not now means from old times also. Okay, but mangi lung, remember sutram mangi lung, that you should, as far as possible, if you're composing, try to use a lung form with the, when we say lung, you can use that. But right now in the homework, we have ma shankasva is clearly a load form. It's okay. So meaning becomes, having taken the load on your shoulder, having taken the responsibility, do not fear, do not suspect, difficulties all of a sudden, do not suspect difficulties. Now, vipadaha, vipad, rajvadikam, vipad. There also there is a vartikam, because how to form feminine nouns from verbs. There are only about 19 rules in the Ashtadhyayi. Only 19 rules. Of course, barring the unadi pratyayas, which are of course an appendix to Ashtadhyayi. In the Ashtadhyayi itself, there is a small adhikara. First of all, how to form a noun from a verb is 3.3. 3.3. 3.3. Tritiyasya adhyayasya tritiye pade. सर्वाणि सूत्राणि लभ्यन्ते. Nam shabda sampadanaartham. You can how to form a noun form, and within that, Panini goes in the Pumsi, Striyam, and Napumsake. So it's nice order: masculine, feminine, neuter. And the masculine forms start from this pratyaya ghai, which is of course the famous pratyaya ghai, like krodha, moha, all these comes from this one, and it has apavada also below that. And then after that, Panini starts the striyam tin vikara. And then below that he says napumsake bhave taha and so on. It's napumsake. Remember this section. Now the first default pratyaya is striyam tin. So the tin pratyaya should have been used, but we don't have that. We have pratyaya like quip. And there is a vartikam. The vartikam that we need is sampadadibhyo quip. So these words sampad, etc., they can take the quip pratyaya to form feminine nouns. That's why I remember when I saw the word vipad, I remembered the vartikam. The sampadadibhyo quip is the Kartyayana puts the vartikam there. And that, since the vartikam is not in the sutra partha, I'll give you the number for that. It has to be in these rules, in these 18, 19 rules over here. So this triyam ends at the 33112. So we have what, 18, 19 rules, right? Only 19 rules. It's very easy to check out all these feminine nouns. You should make it a habit now. The moment you have a feminine noun, if it's formed in the Ashtadhyayi, it has to be one of these 19 rules. This very short section, you can easily go and check it out. Okay, but now under the sutram shid bidadibhyo ang, is it that one or is it some other one? There is a vartikam which says the sampadadibhyo. In fact, it might be the very first one itself. Hold on. No, I'm sorry. It's the very first one. Striyam tin. The striyam tin itself, Katyana, has a vartikam. Sampadadibhyo quip. Sampad vipad. In fact, Kashika gives the example vipad right there. So vipad, dhatu is pad. This dhatu is almost never used on its own. So parayana upasarga sahitam eva drishyate. Upasarga sahita eva drishyate ayam dhatuho. So it always has upasarga with it. Almost always. Dhatu pad. Sampad, vipad, apad, upapad, pratipad, all these kind of forms. So pratipad, vipad, and sampad is sampadadibhya quip is the vartikam on 3394, and we will put in document and we'll move on to the next example now. Is some vipad form. But anyway, I wanted to give the adhikara one more time. Very, very useful, very kind of straightforward, So vipad is 3394, and there is the vartikam. You can keep it in mind, vartikam. Because the first stop should be striyam tin. If tin pratyaya is not there, then come to this section and try to find out what has happened. Okay. All right. Okay, we got that. Vipadaha was the Dvitiya Bahuvachanam, and the Akandaha was qualifying Vipadaha. It's a Bahuvari compound, one which has no kind of rhyme or reason, Akandaha. And this is the Sita or Pratipadikam now. And of course, you get the Sandhi, Bhovago Purvasya, Yoshi. What is Sandhi Karyam, Kartik? If you're a Sandhi Samrat now. Kartik has got the Kabli of Sandhi Samrat. Let's see, Akandas Padaha, what you do?
Bho Bhago Agho Apurvasya Yoshi, and then we have Hali Sarvesham.
Hali Sarvesham, very good. Not Lopa Shaka, but Hali Sarvesham. Yes, correct. It's only one form. Okay, good. Last one. Grahishyamanaha stenaha dwaram apavritya dhavan. Today Vain is not here because he's normally our Sandhi man, but he's not here. Okay. Let's see, who can do this one for me? Let's see, Nagaraj, you want to try Nagaraj? Try this one?
Yes, let me try.
Try the Padacheda at least, do whatever you can. And what you don't know, you just ask Kartik, he will answer for you. It's an easy job. Okay. Try the Padacheda.
Grahishyamanaha.
Manaha, correct.
Stenaha.
Stenaha.
Dwaram. Apavritya adhavan.
Adhavan, very good. Apavritya adhavan. So what is the Tingantapadam? What is the verb form? There's only one verb in the whole sentence. Which is that one?
Adhavan.
Adhavan. Do you know what kind of form that is, Adhavan?
It is a ling, lit.
Not lit, not lit. Lit will take duplicate.
No. It's because I is there. It should
Adagama. Adagama is there.
Adagama is there, so it should be
Lang lakara.
lang lakara.
The sutram is 6471. Lung lang rung kshurdataha. Lung lang rung kshurda. So lung, lung and rung. As far as this class is concerned, it's very easy because we have not learned lung lakara yet. So that is out. And that leaves only two choices.
Two choices.
Which is the lung and the rung. The rung, you see the sya pratyaya. There's no sya over here. That means this for this class is very, very, very easy. Adagamaha means it is most likely going to be lung. Very rare case if for the sya pratyaya it will be rung. So adhavan is going to be lung lakara. Look at the ending and what kind of form that is you think adhavan. What pratyaya could that be? Tiptasji, Tiptastha, what could it be? Let's give it to Kartik. Kartik, what do you think?
Prathama bahuvachanam.
Prathama Purusha Bahuvachanam.
Prathama Purusha Bahuvachanam.
Purusha Bahuvachanam. So for the G, then you get Dhatu is Dhav. Dhav, I think, is the Dhavati. So Shab Pratyaya is here. Get Jyoantaha becomes Anti. Then Itascha, the Ikara drops by 3, 4, 110. 100. 100 Itascha. So if you have a Nit Lakaraha, Tasya Ikarasya Lopo Bhavati. So you get the Ikara Lopaha. And of course, when you go to the Tripadi, you're going to get the Sanyogantasya Lopaha. Takar Lopaha. Adhavan. Adhavan. Means they ran. They ran. The question is who ran? Atsa kartaha kutra asti karta. Kartaraha. Stenaha. Very good. Stenaha. Any chance in Gita shloka, anybody? Word stena in Gita. Yo bhungte stena eva saha. Anybody? Okay, I think third adhyaya, I think is my guess. Third adhyaya is one who only enjoys himself without giving back to the gods in yajna is a thief. It comes in Gita. Taidattana pradayebhyo yo bhungte stena eva saha. Stena comes in Gita. Please memorize Gita as much as you can. All these forms are in Gita, so let's quickly go to the Gita. Sayajnya praja srishtva purovacha prajapatihi anena prasavishadjam esho svishta kamaduka devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantuvaha parasparam bhavayantaha shreyah paramavapsyatha ishtan bhogan hivo deva dasyanti yajna bhavitaha. Let's see, it's coming, it's all here, it's all coming in here. Here it is. Purapsyata ishtan bhogan hivo taijatana pradayebhyo yo bhungte stena eva saha. Stena eva. So one who enjoys yo bhungte. Tair dattan yo bhungte. One who enjoys the pleasures given by the gods. Apradaya ebhya apradaya. Having not given back to the gods, one who enjoys, he is a thief. Anyway, the form stena is in Gita, so it says stenaha means it is going to be the thieves. Dasyavaha. Dasyava, also the thief. So stenaha. Okay, let's go back to Nagaraj. So it has one clause here. Dwaram apavritya. Again, look at the pratyaya. Twa has become ya because of samasanyang purve ktvalyap. Samasanyang purve ktvalyap.
Yep.
So Kartik, which number is that? Where would that be?
7-1.
Very good. 7-1 because this is the pratyaya adesha. Samasanyang purve ktvo lyap. Dhatu is here. Vru or vrut? What is dhatu here? Could be anyone, either one of them?
I think it's Vru.
Yes. Apa, so it is upper a vru. Upper a vru. Upper a vru. Avru is to cover. Any Gita example quickly? Gita example. Sargadwaramapa. Yeah, I think I don't want to. Ushaji has the answer. I don't take it away from her. Yes, Ushaji.
Avritam jnanametena.
Avritam jnanametena. Which adhyaya is that?
Third chapter.
Very good. Third chapter. Whether Ushaji is a prize winner in the Gita context. She's going to win the prize again this year also. Asmin varshe api paritoshikam lapsyate taya. Okay, but can you give the form apavrut in Gita? I think you all know this. It's a very famous verse of Gita.
Yadrichaya swapapannam swargadwaram apavrutam.
Oh, Kartik coming through in Gita. Oh, very nice. Maha santosha jayate. Correct. Swargadwaram apavrutam. Sukhinah kshatriyah partha. Lavante yuddham idrisham. So when the kshatriyas get a righteous war, it is like an open door to heaven. It's an open door to heaven. Let's go to chapter 2. A lot of Gita action today, but I think it's worth it. Because Swargadwaram upavratam sukhinah kshatriyah partha lavante yuddham idrisham. What number will that be, Kartik?
I think probably second chapter number, I am not sure. Second chapter.
It's right before the beginning of second. This will be around 33, 34-ish. How do I know? The 72 verses in second chapter. And the middle verse is Hatova Prapsi Swargam Jitva Bhokshase Mahim. That's number 37. This will be like about 2-3 before that, I think. So my guess is maybe 34. Let's see. Right around there. This is how you can hone in on the numbers. And if you know a few pivotal verses, then you can see No, I think a little bit earlier, maybe 30. I think I just go past it. Yeah, it is 32. Okay, I'm off by 2. Yadricha chopavannam sargadwaram upavratam sukhinaha apavratam. Apavratam sargadwaram, which has come by chance. So when the Kshatriyas find this war, which is like an open door to heaven, by chance they get that opportunity, they are very happy. Anyway, apavrutam swargadwaram. So apavrutam, avru. Now, could this be dhatu vrit also, Kartik? What do you think? Let me ask you. What do you think, Anuji? Can we do dhatu vrit also?
Vrut, no, Satyaji, just vru, apavru.
No, I know here it, but could it be the same form with dhatu vrit? Will it be the same, samanarupam?
Vrut.
Avritya having repeated. It won't fit in meaning over here. But avritya, it should be okay. Because if we, okay, let's go through the steps over here so we can get the right answer. Let us see. Let us put the form. Let's take both the cases. Let's take the one that we have here right now, which is upper, then a, and then dhatu, which is correctly Anuji and Kartik also said, vru, pratyaya was ktva, saman krittikayoho purvakale. Ko saman karta is tenaha, and uttaravartini kriya. Always ask these two questions, is which is the uttaravartini kriya and who is the saman karta. Saman karta is tenaha, and the uttaravartini kriya, the second action, the following action is adhavan. Having opened the door, they ran. They ran, having opened the door. So, avritya. So now this pratyaya was ktva, samana kritrikayoho purva kale, and then after that we get the samase anyang purve tvo lyap. What's the next sutram after that, Anuji? What do you get after you get the ya, adeshaha? Then where does takara come from, Anuji? What will you get that? Takaraha kuta agataha. Kena sutrena vihitaha takaraha. So 3, 4, we're thinking about, let me put the numbers, we're thinking about that. 3, 4, 21 is the samana kritrikayoho purva kale. So, and then we are going to do the samasanyang purve ktvo lyap. So we get upper, a, and then vru plus yo in the lyap, because lashakvatadite halantyam, the tiya. That will be, what's the number, Kartik? 7, 135-ish, 34?
37.
37. Okay, then what's the tuk agama, Anuji? What do you think? Oh, Ushaji has the answer also. Yes, Ushaji?
Hrasvasya piti kriti tuk.
What number?
Yes.
What number is that? Right before Samhitayam. just one before Samhitaya. So Samhitaya starts in 6172. So Rasvasya Piti Kriti Tuk will be right before that, 6171. Yeah, Indu, you had the answer. Okay, I'll ask her one more question. Yes, Indu.
No, I was just going to say Rasvasya Piti Kriti Tuk. That's all.
Do you know the number 6171?
Yeah, 6171. Yeah, before Samhitaya.
Because the next one is,
Checha, right?
Anuvritti
Checha.
goes down to Checha. That's also
Checha.
6171. Okay, well, so Indu, let me keep you on that. So what will happen? Dhatu is Vrit. What will you get?
Then you won't get a Tukagama, right?
But you have
But
the
you already
takara-
have the Ta. Already have the Ta. Right.
You'll have the Dhatu Takara. So
Mm.
you'll get the same form.
Same
Avritya.
form, right?
So Avritya could have been a Dhatu Vrit with
Vrit.
no Tukagama, Dhatoho Takaraha, Athva Tukdvarena Takaraha. It could have been either one. So that's, you don't have, because of course in this case we know that the correct one is the Dhatu Vru. But you have to be careful, we have to be careful.
Mhm.
Similarly, Dhatu Kru and Krit is there. Nikritya. Krit is to cut and Kru is to do. But then both of them will give the same form. Nikritya, Nikritya. So you have to be careful now which one it is. Sometimes you just jump to the conclusion that it's a more common Dhatu Kru, and then you realize that the meaning is completely off, doesn't fit. So then you have to look around. So this Tukagama, will be a little bit careful. There might be another Dhatu with the Takara. Of course, in our case, it doesn't matter. So we will put here the 6171. Atratu Spashtam. Dhatu Vru. Avarane. Okay, so that now we get everything. We have this one adjective to stenaha and grahishyamanaha. Grahishyama, the chinvad bhava. Has to be chinvad bhava because ato upadati vruddhir drishyate. Tena jnayate chinvad bhava atra vartate iti. So we can know this a chinvad bhava has come over here. Otherwise we will not get this ato upadhaya vruddhi. And tena sakam idagama api bhavishyati. Nityam. Nityam idagama. So chinvad bhavena sakam. Along with chinvad bhava, id bhavati nityam idagama. So when you suspect chinvad bhava, better check the idagama is there or not. And if it's no idagama, it's not chinvad bhava.
Could it be niche, Satish? Because the ones who are being caught, so it could be causative.
Let's try that. Let's take Kartik's, Pura Paksha. Okay, Kartik, let me do this one first. Who are being caused to be caught. Okay. Now, if you take that, Kartik, let's do your Pura Paksha first. Let's do a little bit quickly. So first, let's form the Nijanta Dhatu. In fact, you can do it for us. So it will be Grahi, correct? So if we take the niche form, right now it's easy because we are not studying the niche form as yet. In the next lesson. But anyway, we'll take it. It's a good point. Let's see Grahi. So this is the Hetumaticha niche. So I think it's going to come in the next lesson. This is a good introduction for the next lesson. Good introduction. It's getting 3126. I think Hetumaticha. And then let's confirm that. I think 3126. And then we'll come Atopadhaya, of course, the 72116. Yeah, Hetumaticha. 3126. And then we use the Atopadhaya 72116. And then Sanajanta Dhatavaha. Sanajanta Dhatavaha. Dhatu Sanya. Dhatu Sanya mina, Lakara Proyoktum na Shakyate. You cannot put in Lakara. Nukrit Pratya also can be used. Okay, let's do that. Now let's put the Lit in the Karmani. Karmani, the passive future. So we take Grahi. Let's start with Grahi. And let's put the...
I think it'll be Graha-ish.
Anyway, let's do the class. Let's do it. Because we'll take Idagamaha Nityam. Idagamaha Nityam because this is Anekash Dhatu now. And the same thing, the Lutas Sadva. And because this is Karmani, Bhava Karmanoho Atmanipadam, Tangana Atmanipadam. So we get the Shanuchadesha. And as Kartik realized now that because when we do that, because the Nich Lopaha is only takes place when the Niraniti, Nehe Aniti, Anidada Ardhatu ke pare ne lopasyat. Anidada Anit Adav Ardhatu ke pare ne lopasyat. So that is the 64. 6.4. 6.4 is Sutram. It says, in the Adhikara of Ardha Dhatuke, that starts from the 6.4.46 starts the Adhikara of Ardha Dhatuke. There are two Adhikaras called Ardha Dhatuke Nashtadhyai. One is in 6.4, one is in 2.4. In 6.4, Angakaryani Vidhiyante, the Angakaryams are given over there. Niraniti Aniradau Ardhadhatuke Pare, which has no Idagama in the beginning of it. Then Ne Lopasya, which will not work here because Idagama is here. And second thing is Nishtayam Seti, also will not because we don't have Nishtha Pratyaya. Nishtha only Taktavatu Nishtha. So neither 6.4.51 nor 6.4.52 will apply over here. Always remember these two sutras. When you have a niche, following pratyaya is pratyaya which is the Ardha Dhatuka Sanya. And immediately think about Niraniti and Nishtayam Seti. Always, always, always. Niraniti, Nishtayam Seti. These two. And this one, 6.4.51, 52, but they will not work here because right now we have Idagamaha, so 51 doesn't work. 52 won't work because it is only Nishtayam Seti. It will not work. The 6.4.51, 52 won't apply. As Kartik said, we're going to get the guna. For Grahi becomes Grahe, then Echo Yava Yavaha Ayyadesha. So Graha Yishya Ma, and of course Anemuk. Let's put the form over here. Let's put some sutras down here. So we'll have got the form Graha Yishya Mana, and then you can do the Subanta Karyam after that. Okay, let's put some sutras here. Sarvadhatuko Ardhatuko Yoho Gunaha. Tat Paschat Echo Yava Yavaha. Tat Paschat Anemuk. What's number Anemuk? 7-82 Anemuk. Anemuk. I know it's 7-2. Right after the Idagama section, it comes there. Anemuk. I think the Anemuk.
82, Satish. 82.
82 is correct. Anemuk.
Yeah.
Anemuk 7-82. Then we get the Adishapatya Yoho, Murdhanya Shakara Deshaha, and Tatpashad, Atkupani Vavayapi. So these all, you look at this. Yakara is an At, Akara is an At, Makara is the Pavargaha, Akara is an At. So everything is satisfied. So 8-4-2, iti Nakara Deshaha. Grahish. That would have been the causative passive form. But here we only have Chinvad Bhavaha. So Chinvad Bhava is 6.4.62. Let's go. That's also the same Adhikara of Ardha Dhatuke. Ardha Dhatuke is Chinvad Bhavaha. So it's also I said to you, Chinvad Bhava is very rare in this language. I've not seen it, to be very honest with you. I've not seen Chinvad Bhava pretty much. I may have seen like one or two maybe somewhere, but it is not very common at all. Only thing, if you remember Chinvad Bhava is possible, Ardha Dhatuke, that's enough for us. Very easy to spot that one. It's only Bhava Karmanoho in the passive, and it's only Sya, Sich, Siyut, Tas, and only for these dhatus, Aj, Ajanta, or Hana, Graha, Drisha, Chinvad, Itcha. So we can just do it verbally now. So you got the same Atopadhayaha, because when it becomes Chinvat, the Nakara is an It. So Achoniti Atopadhayaha. So 7-1-1-6, and Idagamaha comes along with that because Chinvad, Itcha. The Chinvad means the Idagamaha Nityam. There's also another sign term for Chinvad Bhavaha. Idagama has to be there. Okay. So Gra, we got the Atopadhayaha, Ishya, Anemuk, and we the same kind of sutras, Grahishyamanaha. So the thieves who were about to be caught, who were going just before they were caught, they opened the door and ran. So Dwaram Avritya, their Samanakarta is Senaha Adhavan, Lang Lakaraha, Adhavan. Okay, let's finish the next one. Let's see what we can do. Give the future participle active. So what he wants is the Shatriyatva Sharaj Yatha Yogyam. Active he wants, Kartari of Nya, Nam, and Yach. Simple thing is that the simple rule is you can just take the Prathama Purusha Bhavavachanam Rupam in the Tritlakarasya, and then in place of the remove the anti and add the at. So this is also another good thing you can do, by the way. You can work it both ways. Because when you have the Krudanta Rupamala, Krudanta Rupamala does not give Lakara Rupani, doesn't give, only Krudanta forms only it gives. But you can work them backwards. But the Rupamala will give you the Shatru Pratyaha, Vartamane, and probably Bhavishyati also. If you can reverse engineer that, so if you give the form Gachat, if you take Gachat, so you can know the Shit Sambandhi Karyani Nyayante. You will know what all operations to be done because this is Talavya Shas and it is there. The Shatru is coming, the Shatru will begin Shap. So even though Gachat only is given in the Rupamala, you can then back out and make it Gacchati, Gacchata, Gacchanti, all that. You can do reverse also. Because now when you go to the Dhatu Vritti, he'll give all the Lakara forms in the first few lines. If you open the Dhatu Nya, if you know the form Nyasyanti, take the Nyasyanti or Nyasyati also you can take and make it Nyasyat. So you can get the Krudanta forms from the Tinganta forms and vice versa. By using this Shatru and Shanish forms like that. Okay? And why does this work? Because both the Ji Pratyaha or the Ja Pratyaha, Ajari Pratyaha, and also because Savadhatukam Apit Nitvat, and same thing Shatru and Shanach, they're also going to be, Sakshat, Talavya Shakara, Idrupin Drishyate, and they're also going to be Ajadi. So they're going to have the same kind of properties as that Pratham Purusha Bhavachanam. That's why the shortcut works most of the time. So this Dhatu Nya, there's no Dhatu ending in long A which is said Dhatu. Udrudantaihi, there's nothing there in the long A. So we see a Dhatu ending in long A. Akaranteshu said Dhatu na vidyate. There's no said Dhatu. Anit Dhatu. So we can Nya, maybe we'll do just one form quickly here. So you can take Nya plus this Dhatu really in Dhatu Partaha is a Parasnepadi Dhatu. There are some, anybody in Gita, give me Atmanepadi form of Dhatu Nya. Atmanepadi form. In fact, give me both forms in Gita. Atmanepadi form, Parasnepadi form. Any one form in Gita. Dhatu Nya. Chapter 18. Pratijane priyosime. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji maam namaskaru. Mame vaishyasi satyante pratijane priyosime. Very famous verse of Gita. Pratijane priyosime. So manmana bhava, put your mind on me. Manmana bhava. Madbhaktaha, be my devotee. Madhyaji, sacrifice to me. Maam namaskaru. So do namaskara to me. Mame vaishyasi satyante pratijane. You will come to me, I promise you, you will come to me. Pratijane, I promise you. So pratijane comes in Gita, it's in chapter 18. So that means that this dhatu nya. And in Gita also, I think, mudhoyan nabhijanati lokamamajamavyam vedaham samatita, chapter 7. Chapter 7, you have the form janati. And in chapter 18, you have pratijane. Of course, also other places also you have Disho na jani labhecha sharma, chapter 11. Pasiya devesha jagan nivasa. So when Arjuna says, I'm lost my sense of direction. Disho na jani, na labhecha sharma. Seeing the Vishwarupa form, he lost his sense of direction. So na jani. So there also is there. So anyway, so there are these forms in Gita where you see both these forms. I just show you one of them. Is here it is. Pratijane priyosime. Pratijane priyosime. There it is. Janannapi comes in Gita also. Atakena prayuktoyam papam chalati purushaha. Anichannapi vashneya. Good. Somewhere it is there. Janannapi I think also is there somewhere. Anyway, so these forms are seen. So there are certain conditions which will make this dhatu nya into a change the which Najayate Mriyate Vakadachin, Ushaji? You did the Dhatu Nya. Let me see. Ushaji, we're talking about Dhatu Nya, right? Not Dhatu Jan.
I'm
न
sorry.
जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिन् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्य शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमान्. There's no dhatu nya is not there. I think न जायते म्रियते. The dhatu jan is there in jayate, not dhatu nya. Okay. Anyway, let us see what Sanacharya has to say. This dhatu nya. I mean, the forms are easy because once you take dhatu nya and look to parasnipadi, parasnipade, you can then make it, nyasyat, nothing special really. Add nya plus rit and shatasi luratoho, sya, and then put the litas sadva, put the pratyaya shatru, and we just did that before in the example, and then ato gune from nyasyat. We take it in the take atmanipadam pratyaya, then we have to make nya, sya, and ana, then anemuk, nyasyamanaha. Okay, now let us look at the rules. So the difficult thing here is deciding which padam to use, and just give you these references. So let's see, the janati is on page 672. Dhatu vritti is on page 672, and there he will give this form, they give the rules. Okay, and okay, the one is the akarmakacha. Akarmakacha is that when there is no, you can use the atmanipadam form. So really, it is a person with dhatu in dhatu partha, but in certain special conditions, 1, 3, 45, 46. Also some pratibhyam anadhyane. So with someone pratijane in Gita, which let's just look at one of these, okay? We don't spend too much time. So, but the bottom line is that this dhatu can change to atmanipadam under certain conditions. And let's look at just one of them just to appreciate that, and we'll move on. So 1, 3, 46, I think is there here. It is the sam pratibhyam anadhyane. So sam and prati, if they are there not in this meaning, then becomes the it takes the tongue, means atmanipadam pratyaya. So then we can make it prati nyasyamana, or you can say nyasyat. Let me put these couple of sutras here, then we can go on. So let me put these two forms. Nyasyat. Okay, let's see. We can put shatasi, lito. I think we had them just right here before just now. So we used the tausat, this one, these three. Shatasi, lurito, tausat, litas sadva. This is the 3, 3, 1, 4, 1, 4. And the only other ones that we need for the atmanipadam, we need the anemuk. So the same form when we do anemuk, we need the muk agamaha. If you have adantamangam, if you have, and then if the pratyaya ana is falling, then the adantamangam takes the muk agamaha, adyanta utakitau, the mu comes at the end, and we get the form nyasyamanaha. This could have been a passive also, but right now he only has active forms. But as I said to you, this dhatu can change the padam under certain conditions. So nyasyamana anemuk. Okay, and then I'll just put, for example, 1, 3, 46, etc. Okay, so the next one we can do quickly, which is the dhatu nam. Dhatu nam. Let's see. Who wants to try? What do you think, Indu? What the form is dhatu nam?
Namsyati? Namsyat? Namsyat?
Namsyat. Because this is the anit dhatu. Yama, nama, gama, rama, chatvara.
Chatvara.
Dhatu. Nam is anit dhatu. So nam again shatasi luratoho, and tausata litasva. And then, okay, special prize for you today, Indu. Can you give me a form in the Gita where nam is used in atmanipadam? Anybody in the class? Give me a form in the Gita when nam is used. First one, dhatu part, dhatu is nam, because the dhatu adeshasya no naha. But anyway, anybody in the Gita? Wait, Usha, you should know this. You won the prize in the 11th chapter last. Oh, Anuji knows it also. Very good. Yes, Anuji.
Name such is it?
Nameran. Usha, you won the prize in the 11th chapter, right? Kasmachatina Nameran Mahatman. Nameran Mahatman. Nameran. Jasyaran Sutram. The run only comes in Atmanipadam. The Kasmachatina Nameran Mahatman. Arjuna asked, why should they not salute you who are so great, etc. Yes, but anyway, that's really the dhatu is, in dhatu parta is going to be a parasnipaja dhatu, so Hindu is correct. It should be only naum syat. So I'll just double check the form. It's on page 346 in dhatu, and the dhatu vritti. Always check in dhatu vritti what the, of course, he will give the, let's see what he gives here. Naum syati. Naum syati is given. So naum syat. For next one, Indoji, yach.
Yachishyat.
I think this is, isn't it yachate, I think? Isn't it Atmanipada dhatu? Or is it Ubepadi? I don't know. I think yachate is what comes to my mind.
Ubepadi.
Ubepadi, is it? Oh, then yachish. Oh, I wrote it down here. I shouldn't have shown you this part. Yeah. Yachishyat and I realized that how the answers are coming so quick. I looked at that last time.
Didn't look at it.
You didn't look at it. I know you didn't look at it. I know.
No, I didn't look at it.
Anadrushtam bhavatya. So let's take in because I saw someone listen say in Dhatu Yach. I remember it being Atmanepadi, but it could be Yachru, 2 Yachru, page 278 in the Dhatu Vritti, 278. Because Yachate, I guess Yachati also, for some reason, I don't remember Yachati. It is there. Yachati, Yachate also. Okay, good. Ubepadi, correct. So Yachishyat, it's a said dhatu because in the Chanteshu, in the list of Chanteshu, I don't think we have the dhatu Yach over there. It's a said dhatu. Chanteshu, Pacha, Mucha, Richa, Vacha, Vicha, Sicha. No, it's not. So yeah, so that's correct. Okay, so let's do the passive form. Passive is easy because of the bhavakarmanoho. It only be the Atmanipadam form. That's easy. But then you'll have the Chinvad Bhavaha and all these kind of things. So even before we start, let's see which of these dhatus can take Chinvad Bhavaha. So let's get be ready for the Chinvad Bhavaha. Let's go to 6462 and be ready for that, because that will give the Vaikalpikam Rupam, the alternate form. Because Chinvad Bhava only comes for the Ajanta dhatus, and about 3 more dhatus, which is the Hana, Graha and Drish. That's why we had the Grahishyamana form in the homework before. And which ones do we have here now? We have Shru, that will take the Chinvad Bhavaha. Vid will not take, but Drish will take. So we have 2 of these, which will, how about the form in Gita? Anybody? Future tense form in Gita, but that will be Kartari. We want the passive form. Okay, we'll skip that. But I think in Gita I was thinking about Yena Bhutanya Sheshena Drakshasyatvanyatho which is the Sipape, I think chapter 4. Yena Bhutanya Drakshasi, but that's a Kartari. It has to be Kartari because it doesn't have a Pratyas, Prasipadam Pratyahas. It has to have the Kartari form only. Okay, you want to try Sanuji? Let's do this one for us. Drish. Let's take Drish plus Pratyal Rit in Karmani. So it is Bhava Karmanoho iti Atmanepadam. So let us start this document. Let us see how far we can get. Okay, so we can put Drish, okay, plus Rit, and then what's the next step?
Then you'll get Sia. Yeah.
Let's put that one. So let's put Drish plus Sia, and we can only use now the Atmanepadam. So Tangana Atmanepadam is only Shanach now. Only Shanach. Yeah. Okay.
And then Animuk, right?
Anemuk, yes, you'll do the Anemuk. Of course, the Lashakvatadite Halantyam Anemuk. So Drish. Okay. Okay. Now, what about, okay, let's not do Sandhi Karyamet. Let's just keep it like this only for time being. So let us do, let's not do Chinvad Bhava as yet. Let's say Chinvad Bhava Vakshe. Let's do that. Now, how about that Sutram, which is the, what? Sujidusho Jhalyamakiti. Will that come here? Sujidusho Jhalyamakiti. Will that come here? What do you think?
Kitty.
Yeah, it will apply, I think.
So Jali Akiti,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, it should apply.
Mhm.
Here. So Sridushoho Jhalyam. So I will read the Muk Agamaha here. See, the Muk should come here really. Actually, so Syam should become Syam. The Muk comes to the end because Arjanto Takito. And then Ana. Okay. Now, so this one is 7282. And this, I think 6158 is Sridushoho Jhalyam.
Yep.
What we can double check. Let's go to the Vritti and see what is this. So Dhatu Srij and Drish take the Ammagamaha. The Pratyaya is Jaladi Pratyaya Akiti. I think it's pretty spashtam, right? So we can look at what we have right now. We have a Jaladi Pratyaya and Dhatu Drish is there, and it is not a Kit Pratyaya by any means. It's going to get the Ammagamaha, and then we have to do the Iko Yanachi. So then we get, we're going to get Drak, with the in between there. So Drash, and then we'll get the same Shyamana. Anything else in this Sapa Saptadhya? Anything else left now? I think we're done, right? I think we're done. When we go to Tripadi Karyam, what is the first Sutram, Manuji? What do you think?
8 to 36.
Yes, first Chiti. So Vrashti, Mudanya Shakara Adeshaha become Drash, and then Tatpaschat
Shadokasi.
Shadokasi is Mudanya Shakarasya Tva Dhakarasya Kakara Adesha Bhavati. Sakare Pare. So you're going to get first the Mudanya Shakaraha, then you're going to get the Kakaraha, and then finally Adesha Bhattayoho, right?
Yes.
Adesha Bhattayoho. So I should maybe do like this. So Drak, this came through two steps, which was the Pratamataha, Mudanya Shakaradeshaha, Tatpaschat Shakarasya Sthane, Kakaradeshaha, stay pare. This Sakara follows.
8359. Yeah.
And then 8359 will move Mudanya Shakaraha. And how about finally we also want to do that one? Mana.
Drakshyamana. Mana.
This one will be the 8359 and also the 842 Atkapanyam Gavayapi. So Drakshyamana. Drakshyamana is Pratipadikam, and we will get the it'll be the Ramavat, Sitavat, Vanavat. So it will stand like that. If you Striyam, you do the top pratyaya become Drakshyamana in Striyam. How about Chinvad Bhava Paksha? What will be the difference Chinvad Bhava? What will be the difference?
In Chinvad, we'll get Vriddhi, right?
No Vriddhi, because Vriddhi only Achoniti Atopadhaya. Here we have the Upadhaya is the Ru.
You'll get the Itagama, that will.
Itagamaha and the Guna Adeshaha. So Darshishya Mana. How does that sound to you? Is that sound correct? Let's put that here. Let's see. Akshapa Stivanava. So Dar Shish. I'm sorry. Dar Shishya Mana. So what I did was I used the 6462, which made the Pratyaya Chinvat and the Idagamaha. So now we can do the Gunaha, because this is no longer Jaladi Pratyaya. So we cannot use the 6158. I forgot to put the number here. Hold on. This was 6158. Okay, this was 6158 that we used here. 6158. Jidrisho Jali Amakiti. No longer Jaladi Pratyaya because Idagama Nityam Chinvad Bhavena Sakam. So darshish only gunaha urandaparaha darshishyamana by 6462 chinvad bhavaha, and we also use the sarvadhatiko ardhatiko yoho. Sorry, no, puganda lagupadasya. Sorry. So and of course urandaparaha, and then the usual rules as before. Because if you look at 6462 in Kashika, he'll give the two forms, right? For dhatu drish, let's see, darshi, and then darshi. Yeah. In fact, the way to check this again is that no, actually we'll not get the passive form in dhatu vritti. I guess we'll not get the passive form. But yeah, in the first case, what we had was the ammagamaha. In the second case, we had chinvad bhava. Chinvad bhava cannot come in the, when chinvad bhava comes, we cannot get ammagamaha because the idagama is there. It's no longer jharadi pratyaya. Okay, Karthik is okay to you? Looks fine?
Yes, Satish. It looks fine.
I think because darshishyamana has to be the passive form, and the other form is drakshyamana. Okay. All right. Let us take the next example, which is the dhatu vid. Let's see. Indu, you want to try this one? Anything
Basically,
special
other than the initial car, only thing special in guna and then karicha, right?
Yeah, you will get the so what do you get? Bhetsyamana. So Bhetsyamana. Bhetsyamana in this no nakara, only Bhetsyamana, right? Yeah, because you'll get the
yakara.
Yeah. Let's see in the danteshu. First of all, we should check the idagama by the way. We should check in the last one also. So let us check in the karika, because in the talavya shanteshu we had the dhatu drish was there.
It is on it. Yeah.
Drish it is on it. And in the danteshu ada shuda kida chida tuda nuda padya bhida. Okay, so it's there. There should be bhetsyamana. Bhetsyamana. Okay. And how about our next one? Shru. What's that?
Shroshyamana.
Actually, I put the answer. Drakshya. We had Drakshama, Drshishyamana. Yeah, Shroshyamana. And then Chinvad Bhava Pakshe?
Shravishyamana.
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 Chinvad Bhava Pakshe, when we do, we will get Achoniti Vriddhi. And then idagama also, and echo yavayavaha, shravishyamana. Okay, let me put those two in the document. So bhetsyamana, I think is spashtam, nothing very good over there. Only karicha. Again, we put that also. So bhetsyamana, only nattam will not, because if you don't get the mudanya shakara, you will not get the nattam also. So here only things that we apply is anit dhatu. We did the sugandha lagupudasya gunaha, and then of course the muk agamaha as usual, and then we got the kari 8455, and in the other forms we had Shroshyamana. I'm sorry, Shroshyamana. Here only thing again Puganda Lagupudasya Gunaha. Gunaha. I think Shroshya is also is a anit dhatu, because it's not in the starika. So dhatu shuru is anit dhatu. So you check always that Shroshya 7386, and then of course the usual 8350 anemuk will come 7282. 7282, and then adesha pratyayoho udan shakara adesha tat paschad atku pamati nattum. And the secondary form is the Shroshyamana. Shravishyamana. Shravishyamana. So the other thing is 6462.
6462.
Then do acho niti. Echo yavaha. Then of course the anemuk. And then avashyam udhanya shakadeshaha. tat paschat natvam. Okay, shravishyamana. So chinvadbhava can do the achuniti buddhi. Okay, that's good. Now let's see who wants to try the next one for me, which is the conjugate avru and ashwas in the conditional. Conditional means rung. So rung, you're going to get satasi, lutoho, and it's going to be kartari only. So dhatu vru. I think this, you have to always check the idagama, etc. for that. So dhatu vru is, let's see, where is this dhatu vru in that list of the udrudantaihi, yoti, rukshnu, Shning, Shi, Vring, Vyancha, yes. So this dhatu vru is now a said dhatu. So you know, Karthik, what will you get the form as?
Avarishyat.
Yeah, Avarishyat. The dhatu vru is, I think there are two of these in dhatu vru. I think avru. Then two ganas, I think. Avru is in two ganas. So let's see which one do we want to take here. Vring, that will be the anudatanyata atmane padam, the kryadigana. And there's also dhatu, in the two of them, avarane churadigana and varane swadigana. So there are, it's in the swadigana, panchamagane, also churadigana, avarane, and also in the kryadigana. So there are three, and the kryadigana is, I think, vranite. That's vranite. And then you want, so let's do both of them. Let's do atmanipadam and also padasnipadam. Let's try, because one of them is I'm looking at is in the varane, in the swadigana. It says ubhayapadi right there. So we can do both those forms because it has the chakara panchama, chavarga panchama as an it. So because swarati suti, by that sutram it's going to be a ubhayapadi dhatu. Because vring varane. So vrinoti, vrunute, both are coming there because it has the it of the cha jajanya, and when we do that, if you look at the 1.3, Panini has a sutram that makes this dhatu into ubhayapadi, which is I think coming around 1.3. Let's see what number is that. Yeah. Swaritanyita nitaha kartruvipraya kriya phale. So that makes it into a yes, Indu.
Satishji, here the idagama, will we go to ruddhanose or will it going to be based on the karika?
Oh yeah, good point. Yes. Ruddhanose. It's a good point. Yes. So how about Vruto va?
Right, Vrutova also, then will be wait.
So now we got three things per year now. Okay, so let's make a decision. We got dhatu vru is said dhatu. The second thing is that because Sanacharya says udattaha, the said dhatu. Then vrutova, the you get the id agama dirgha will get vikalpena vrutova. And how about the ling sichuratmane padeshu? Will that come into us also? That also might come, right? There are a lot of problems there. Cause are multiplying.
But for that will be for ling, right, Satishji? Like because this one we are doing.
Ling is your, thank you. So that thank you. One is saved. Ling sichuratmane padeshu, we don't need that over here. But vrutova we will need. But then the idagama itself, I think we have to go to ruddhanosya. I think we'll do it. Ruddhanosya, because it specifically says that shya pratyaya and dhatu, any dhatu ending with ru will say the idagama. But this was state anywhere to begin with. I think either way. But ruddhanosya we can use that one. That clearly will cleanse the issue. It has to be, the state, the idagama has to be there. So now, only thing vikalpina dirgha. So we'll give what? Avarishyat, right? Just avarishyat. And then finally we'll get what? Avarishya mana, avarishyamana. I think that's what it's here. Let me just check in Dhatu 3.
I think they're asking for conditional, so we should do lung,
I'm sorry,
lrung, lrung.
Yeah, I'm sorry, not.
Avarishyata.
Yes, correct. Conditional, conjugate, not the. Thank you. Not look at the Krishna. Yes. Let me see where I can check this one. Avashtam, avrishtam, avarishatam, avarisha, avarijham, avari, avariham. I guess he is not given here. Yeah, but it should be avarishyat. Then of course avarishyataha, avarishyanti, avarishyasi, avarishyataha, avarishyatha.
Satish, will it not be avarishyatam? It's strong, right?
I'm doing the first for them form first, right?
Okay.
Avarishyat will get the itash also.
Oh, I'm sorry. What am I doing? Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, because you're talking the nit lakara. Yes.
Nit lakara, right.
Now when it comes close to 9 o'clock, Brahma Jayate. I've noticed that when it comes close to 9 o'clock. Okay, let me slow down. Yes, okay. Let's do the correct. No, I was doing the wrong thing. I was doing the lut lakara. Not with agama also. That's completely wrong. Okay, good. So let's do avarishyat. I made the mistake. Let me just put all the forms here clearly. Avarishyat. Itascha. Avarishyat. So, okay. Then avarishyatam. Avarishyan. Yes, let me, now as exercise for me, let me put them on here. Avarishyatam. Then we get, no dirgha yet. That will be the secondary form when we do the dirgha. Avarishyatam.
Do you want to make it A because there is an A upasarga, right?
You put A there? Oh yeah,
Right.
everywhere it will be A everywhere. Oh yeah, so that's
Right.
going to, so A plus, so it will become A plus all of this. So always going to become avarishyat because idagama will get eaten up kind of by that. Okay, so A is correct. So avarishyat. And then we will get the avarishyan. Okay, avarishyan. Avarisyan. Good typing exercise for me. Then avarishyaha. 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 And then we get the avarishyaha, then avarishyatam. Avarishyatam. And then that's the same form tam tam tamaha. Then avarishyata. That's the same form tam tam tamaha. Then same thing here. So avarishyam. Avarishyam. Then avarishyava. Avarishyava. Nityam nitaha. And then Ato dirgho.
Atho dirgho yayi.
Nityam nitaha also, right? So ante sakar lopaha. Avarishyava and avarishyama. This will be one form. Then when we do the second one, we will get the vrutova dirgha. So we become avarishyat, avarishyatam, and so on. Vrutova. That will be the second form. So this one will be, let's put the first one only here. Become avarishyat. Avarishyat. I'm sorry. Avarishyat. Vrutova. What number is that? Vrutova.
7 to 38.
38? Okay, 7 to 38. 7 to 38. Vrutova. Okay. And so those are two forms. So, and maybe I should put everywhere here also, I should put that Rudhanosye. This dhatu is, I think, said dhatu anyway, but good to put that one with a specific rule for the pratyaya sa. So 7 to
70.
70, Rudhanosye. 7 to 70, yes, put that one. 7 to 70. And then everywhere, of course, we're going to do the Sarvadhatukartikayoho gunaha 7384, and then everywhere.
Adajatina.
Arajadina. No, not Raja. Only
No,
the
right.
is
Only
yeah, we can put
Upasarga.
only lung 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 shudadatta 6471. And akasami dirgha we have done 61101. Okay, 61101. Again, this should come later. The last one should be the adesha pratyayo. And okay. Now, when we do the vrutova, we're going to get avari, shat, etc. Now, if we take the atmanipadam one, what will we get?
Avarishyata.
Avarishyata.
Then avarishyetam, right? Then avarishyanta. Then avarishyathaha, avarishyetham, avarishyadvam. Avarishye, avarishyavahi, avarishyamahi. Avarishyavahi, avarishy. One more time. Avarishyata, nothing special there. Avarishyetam. So atam then become what? What is the rule here, Karthik?
Ato yeyaha.
Atortaha.
Atongitaha.
Atongitaha. A becomes iya.
Yeah.
A becomes iya. Then becomes, that rule will be 7.4 and 7.2, sorry, we write here. Ato Nitaha will be around 7 to 81. Ato Nitaha. So there will be Avarishyata, Avarisyetam, Avarishyanta, nothing special there. Avarishyathaha, Avarisyetam, again the same thing, Ato Nitaha. Then Avarishyadvam, then Avarishye, only Adgunaha. Avarishye, avarishyavahi, ato dirghoyayi, avarishyamahi, ato dirghoyayi. I think those should be. And then again the same thing, dirgha there also. You're going to get the avarishyata, avarishyetam, and so on. So the vrutova doesn't say only in which padam will be dirgha. So I think that should be, that will do with that. So the next one is ashvas. So let's see, I think this dhatu is a possible dhatu, I think. It's because of the again, the adagama will be eaten up. So we got lung lung rung shudadattaha, but then the akasami dirgha. So is this a set dhatu or nit dhatu? Let's start with that. So in the santeshu, it's not there. In santeshu only gasvasati dvau. This is a set dhatu. So a shva sishyat. That will do it, right? A Swasishyat. Aswasishyat. We double check in the dhatu vritti.
Satyashri, is this part of Rudadi, isn't it?
Yes, correct. But that is only when it is Rudadi is only they say idagamaha sarvadhatuke.
Sarvadhatuke. That's the reason we don't have it here, isn't it? The one
No, but
form
it's
of
stated here because this is pratyasya. So what Indu is saying is that this dhatu shwas is in the Rudadibhya sarvadhatuke.
Sarvadhatuke.
Becomes shwasiti, etc. forms we get. So it has a special property. Normally, idagama only comes when the pratyaya is valadi, but adhatuka pratyaya. These rudadibhya sarvadhatuke say that they take the idagama against valadi, but pratyaya is sarvadhatuka. We get from
pratyaya has to be sarvadhatuka.
Yeah, so it becomes shwasiti, etc. But here we have the pratyaya here, which is pratyaya which has the adhatuka sanya. So we don't have to worry about that one. But yeah, it's a special rule for this dhatu. It doesn't affect us right now because we're looking at only. So shwasa pranane. On page 476, we're looking at, let's see if we can confirm this form, if he gives us the form, which is 476, Shvasa Pranane. Shvasita, Shvasishyati, correct. He is given the form Swasishyati. So if you get the form in the lit rakara, you're going to get the similar form in the lung rakara also. So when you see the form shvasishyati, you can also comfortably say it can be shvasishyat. It's hard to pronounce. It's a tongue twister, right? Because you have the talavya shakara, dantya shakara, and mudani shakara. Shvasishyat. sish.
It's A, isn't it? Dirgha.
You got the A also. So A, shva, sishyat. A, shva, sishyatam. A, shva, sishyan. A, shva, sishyah. Then A, shva, sishyatam. A, shva, sishyat. A, shva, sishyam. A, shva, sishyava. A, shva, sishyama. That will be the final. So that's the lung lakaraha for ashvas sishyama. Okay. I think we're on the last question. Conjugate gum and start the benedictive active. Okay. So dhatu, let's see if we can finish this one. I know we're out of time almost, but I think we can probably finish this one. So dhatu gum. So gum, he wants now the linga shishi. Because of the linga shishi, we get the adhatuka sanya, so shapadeha, no shap, etc. So let's see. And this dhatu is prasnepadi dhatu, so we can do the yasut prasnepadeshu udatto nitya 34102. Yasut prasnepadeshu udatto nitya. So we got gum plus yas plus pratyaya tip, and we get, so this, so far we only used the 34103, and then you can then use the sutra itascha, the 34100 with takaraha. Then suttitoho is the takara, and takara take the sut agamaha, and I think that's what 34107 is it? Suttitoho will be 107 suttitoho. So we'll get then gum plus yas, sa, and ta. So we used tascha and suttitoho 34107. And then tat paschat we get the sko sanyogadyorante cha dvivaram. So first remove this sakaraha, which is sanyogadi. So it should be sakara or kakara sanyogadi. Sanyogadi should be, the sanyoga should be followed by chali or padante. This is padante. So when you go to tripadi karyam, sko sanyogadi cha pratamataha sutaha lopaha tat paschat yasutaha sakarasya lopaha. And then we get the form gamyat. So gamyat. So gamyas is common work, So let me put this one here. Sko sanyogadi, I think it's 8229, I believe, 8229. So you get the form gamyat, 8229. And once you do gamyat, the rest of them will be easy because gamyas, let's keep it that as a common for gamyas. And then the pratyavali gam tasastamipam tam tam tamaha. Tasastamipam lakara has agnu as it. So gam yas tam. Do this one, Karthik, for us, finished off.
Gam yat.
No, gam yas. So keep gam yas, even though yas is agama, so pratyaya, but it's a common work. It's gam yas, then tasastamipam tam tam
tamaha. Gam yas tam.
But there also you will get a suttitoho, right?
Yeah, so gam yas tam, right?
Gam yas tam, and then sko sanyogadi techa there also.
No, I mean we don't have an antyam here, right? One sakara will drop, but the other sakara will stay.
Correct. So we have to sudagamaha.
Sudagama.
And then do the sko sanyogadi
antecha. So it will be gamyastam.
So gamyastam, but the sakara which is staying there is for the sakara of the sutagama, isn't it?
Yeah, of the sutagama, yes.
Sutagama sakara is going to stay finally. Because we have the gam yas sa tam, and so because this sakara is a sanyogadi, and it is sanyoga is followed by the jal, so therefore it will drop. So the yasut sakara which will drop by the Sko Sanyogadyorante cha. But this is a Sanyoga. It's followed by the jal, which is takara. This is also Sanyoga, but there's no jal following this. So only one time 8 to 29, and we get gam yastam. Gam yastam. Okay.
And then we
What's
have
the next one?
Jair Jus we will have, so we'll
Jair.
have Gamyasuhu.
Gam yasuhu. And then after that,
Uh,
gam yas plus sip, right?
yeah, Gamyas plus Sip. Gamyaha.
So then there also scores Sanyogadyorante cha.
Sure.
So because you got gam yas sa.
So,
How about it?
Gamyaha.
Halni apyo suti si. Will that come over here for us? Some hal.
So this, yeah, I think it can apply.
When we have gam yas, what do you think? Anybody in the class? Because the question I'm asking is that when you take the Madhyapurusha Ekavachanam, we get gam yas sip itascha. So gam yas sa. Now can we try to invoke the halni abyo suti siya pruktam hal? The halni abyo dirghat suti siya pruktam hal.
No, Yas is actually part of the Pratyaya.
I almost got it. That's correct. That only that yas, between the yas and that, the yas is an agamaha. This is what happens when you take the gam yas as common word when you start getting this kind of confusion. The yas is an agamaha for the sip. It's an agamaha. So hanni abyo means that sip should be a pratyaya which is added to the angam, which is so. So here yas is an agamaha. So we cannot say invoking that. So you will have to only use the skos sanyogadurante cha. So adya sakarasya lopaha. So gamyaha. Then the same thing, gamyastam, gamyasta. In both places sutagamaha. And then the skos sanyogadurante cha yasutaha sakarasya lopaha. So gamyastam, gamyasta. Then gamyasam, that's the same form tam tam tamaha. Then gamyasva, gamyasma, nityam nitaha. Nityam nitaha. This is the grace of my guru, and he used to make me recite these so many times. Now they're like grain in my brain, Still I make mistakes once in a while. But gamyasva, gamyasva. Last one for the day is dhatu stha. Dhatu stha. So here what is this? This is Prasnapadi dhatu. So what do we have? Stha. What is special sutram here, Karthik? What is the special sutram here? Lingi. Kuma stha ga pa jahati sam hali lingi. Lingi. That's the one. Always remember Guma stha ga pa jahati sam hali. Luckily these are not Atmanipadam forms. Otherwise you have to worry about the ling sicho Atmanipadeshu, ling sicha Atmanipadeshu, but that all is Atmanipadeshu. So we didn't have that at 9 o'clock at night. Thank God for that. But we did have the lingi. Lingi. 6467. 6467. Lingi. So Guma stha ga pa ja. So stha is there. So it becomes the eka adesha. So the same kind of steps become stheyat, stheyasam, stheyasuhu, stheyaha, stheyastam, stheyasta, stheyasam, stheyasva, stheyasma. The same kind of form. Okay, now quickly, I know we are out of time. Let me just give you some for the next lesson. Quickly give some numbers so you can maybe do some homework. He's talking about derivative verbs. They all come in the beginning of 3.1. From 3.1, I think all these derived dhatus, sadhita dhatavaha. Beginning of 3.1 is a section ending with the sanadyanta dhatavaha up to 3.132. So there is all this section. So this starts from I think 3.15 sanadyanta. So 3.15 guptich kidvyasyan. So this is the entire section for derived dhatus. All the nijyantas, sanantas, yangantas, nama dhatus, all come in this section. From 3.15 to 3.132. Okay, that's a general section. And then he said the niche, which is the subject matter here, with 3.125, 26, 25 we already saw Chudadibhyo niche. The 26 is the one we want to see in this lesson, which is Hetumaticha. Any dhatu, when it is in the causative sense, Hetumati, then we'll require the Hetu is the Prayojakaha Hetuhu, one is Prerakaha, one who propels somebody else. So that is 3.126. Sun Prayoga is 3.15 to 3.17. We don't need in this lesson. and then the young is from 3:122 to 24. Again, not in this lesson. And Nama Dhatu from 3:18 to 21 as the introduction. Now, causative, look at this sutram also 1.4.55. I think this the Swatantra Karta Tatprayojaka Hetu. So what is this Hetu? Hetu, one who propels somebody else to do an action, Prerakaha. So look at this 1.4.55. Tatprayojako Hetushcha. Hetushcha. Cha means it keeps the Karta and the Hetu to Sanya. Because we in the this 1.4, remember, is in the Ekasanyadikara. Okay. So we need that. Well, I have the answers down here for the homework. Let me just check our answers. Avarishyat, avarishyat, avarishyat. Okay, we had the right answers. Yeah, ashvasishyat. Okay, we had the gamyat, gamyastam. Okay. Okay. Okay, I made only one note over here. Is in the gamyastam, etc. We did not have the gamahana, etc. Let's look at why did we not have that. I'm sorry for sidetracking. But 6.4, when you did the form gamyas, this is when I did the homework. The second time we're doing this book. This book was done a few years ago. So that time I wrote down the answers. So the 6.498 we don't have. What does 6.498 require? 6.498 requires the Gama, Hana, Jana, Khana. Let's see, 6.498, 6.498, 6.498. Gama, Hana, Jana, Khana, Gasam, Lopaha, Kinityanangi. Yeah, no, we don't have that. Why don't we have that, Karthik? Kinityan, it will not happen. Gamyas. Because that lopa is only kitnis pratyaya. Yasat prasudato nitya, but that we have that, right? But kidashishi.
Kidashishi.
Kidashishi, that's fine. But then it should be, what else we require that? I think 6.4 is equal to ajadi pratyaya. So we have a kidashishi, we have. That is fine. And we have dhatu gam, that also we have. But the 6.498, anuvritti is coming, it should be ajadi pratyaya. 6.498. So even though gum is there in that list of 6.498, didn't just to double check. Didn't apply in the form gamyas, etc. Because kidashishi, it's the kit pratyaya. So, but we did not, yeah, sorry for going over time today. But let's just finish this one or two. I will give you some more rules for next time, then we'll stop. So 6.498 says, Gamahana Janakana Ghasaiti Sham Anganam Upada Lopo Bhavati Ajadav. Ajadav Pratyaya Kiniti. We had Kit Pratyaya and we had Dhatu Gam, didn't have Ajadi. So we did that, don't happen. Okay, finish off this one for next time's homework. All these on top are very easy. Guna of short medial vowel, of course, Pugantalugupata Sitcha we already know. Because the good thing about in the Paninian way is they don't repeat all these things every time. So we all know them. So Vriddhi of final Achoniti, then the HYY also you know. Okay, now just take these full numbers now. This one, this Mitam Rasva, 6.492. You can look at Dhatu Vritti, go look at some details, and 6.492 is important sutram. Mitam Rasva. So when no pare, so when you have this niche pratyaya, these dhatu which merge and it become Rasvaha. This is all Gana Sutra for that. So look at 6.492. And look at the Gana Sutram in the Dhatu Vritti if you have it to get all these details. Okay. And then look at 1.368 for the form Janayati. And let me just give these two and then we stop now. Is for this A, I, O, etc. Look at the 66145, Adesh Upadesha Shiti, and then 7336, Arti Rivli, etc. So 7336. Then for the G and Kri is 6148, right below the Adesh Upadesha Shiti after that. Then for the Pa, etc. 7337. And for the Ruha, 7343. For the Adhyapayati, Adhyapanam, 6148. And Hana becomes Ghatayati, 7354 and 7332. Okay. And for the Bhapayati, Bhishayate, look at 1368, 6156, and 7340. That's enough for today. let's stop here. We'll see. So next time we start the next lesson. Okay. Ramo Rajamani Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Viyata Nishacharachamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Rama Nasti Parayanam Bharataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittale Sada Bhavatame Bho Rama Mamuddhara Rama Rame Tirame Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattalyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana Om Namati. Manoj, if you're back, you can stop the recording.
Yeah, I will. Thanks.
Okay.